dream last night, saw my pockets full of money. I was rolling in a big crap game. But when I woke, it was all a joke. I didn't have a brownie to my name. I love her once, I love her twice, I love her and it ain't no lie. If I only knew she cared nothing for me, I'd take morphine till I die. Yes, I'd take me a dose of old morphine, and I'd bid this old world goodbye. Morphine. That's a little something more like the way Banjo Bill Cornett recorded the song at his home in 1958 on those so-called lost recordings of Banjo Bill. I felt compelled to play that in that way and singing those verses, and to bring up Mr. Cornett and talk him over just for a little bit. People have asked. I realize that I have mentioned this recording of Morphine played by Banjo Bill Cornett, and that this recording is not publicly available. Somebody says, "Hey, how do you find that recording? I can't find it." And I looked on the two places where I know to look for Banjo Bill's music on the internet or for the public. One of them is this great CD, Mountain Music of Kentucky, put out by Smithsonian Folkways, 1996. There's a number of Banjo Bill's recordings on here, and this is another Clifton Hicks must-have. So everybody needs to have this album. Anyhow, Banjo Bill Cornett can be found on this record. And then most recently, I think in 2015, the Field Recorders Collective, they released the lost recordings of Banjo Bill Cornett. And that you can look them up on the internet, fieldrecorder.org, and they're also on Bandcamp. So while you're looking at me on Bandcamp, you can go over and check out this stuff. But anyhow, I looked on there, and Morphine is not on the Mountain Music of Kentucky recordings, and Morphine is not listed on the so-called lost recordings of Banjo Bill. So I looked at these old tapes I have. I have in my possession. These were freely given to me by a local person up in Kentucky, and I have two CDs. They're labeled Tape 3 and Tape 4, Banjo Bill Cornett. And so these tapes appear to be the same recordings that are on the Field Recorders Collective site. It's the same where he talks and says, "This is Banjo Bill Cornett. I'm here alone at my home. This is where I usually play," and so forth. So it has pretty much, I have on these two tapes, it looks like all or most of the recordings that are on the Field Recorders Collective album that was put out in 2015. But there are several tracks that I have which are missing from what the Field Recorders Collective has up there. So either they were unaware of these tracks, they didn't have access to them, or I figure they were omitted for some reason. And I guess some of them are just like talking. There's a couple tracks of other people singing and talking. There's another banjo player singing and playing on there at one point. So they left these tracks out because they're not Banjo Bill. But one of the most important track they left out is Banjo Bill Cornett playing and singing his intensely bluesy, unique, archaic, crucial version of Morphine. Why they left this track out, I couldn't say. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have it. They didn't know about it for some reason. Why that would be on my tapes that were given to me years ago and not on their tapes, I don't know. But for some reason that was omitted. So for that reason, I did feel compelled to put this video up where I tried to play a little bit like Banjo Bill. He had a real unique, characteristic, syncopated, bluesy style of playing. And when he plays Morphine in this recording, he's singing the words unaccompanied, and then in between verses, he's playing out the bluesy runs on the banjo. Then he stops playing the banjo and he sings the next verse. And I didn't even sing all the verses. I will provide them below in the description section. But I don't know, I'm very fascinated by this. I haven't spoken to anybody directly involved about it. I just found out about it this morning, that I assumed that Morphine was on that release from Field Recorders Collective. So why it would be that, I don't know why, that they didn't include that. I have that recording in my possession, and I would love to put it out there to y'all, but I'm not sure if it's legal for me to do that. I don't have the permission of any family members that would be upset with me if I maybe did that. I know that Banjo Bill was notoriously touchy about his recordings. He had been screwed over in the past by people. So I don't want to be one of those people. I'm not going to share this truly lost recording that I seem to possess. I'm not going to share it without permission, but there's nothing to stop me from singing it for you guys, and I wanted to do that. But I am really interested in this, and I hope that some of y'all have some ideas. Maybe we'll spread the word about this, and yeah, holler at me. Let's see what's going on. Thanks for watching. I'll be talking to you soon.